Welcome to Be Continued. We're your host. I'm Christian.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Riley.
And before we get into our weekly predictions, first, it's pretty much mid-season. I know usually most people do it about week 8, but week 11 is more mid-season to me because it's the halfway point between the Super Bowl and week 1. So before the season began, we all gave our Super Bowl predictions. I went Chiefs-Packers. He went Rams-Chiefs, and he just said Bengals would win it. He never gave a second team, but that wasn't really the question. So I guess we're giving our new updated MVP predictions through 11 weeks and our Super Bowl prediction. Riley, who you got?
For Super Bowl or MVP?
Both.
Both. I'll do MVP first. I'm gonna go with Saquon. It's tough because I was gonna go with Jared Goff until he played the Texans a couple weeks ago and had that many picks, which kind of takes him out of the number 1 spot for me. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'll have to go with Saquon just because he is a stat patter, and when they're going MVP votes, they're going for stats.
It's harder for running backs to win it, though.
It is.
There's the one
it
for
is.
AP.
But according to the runnings, he's number 3 in the MVP votes. So, anyway, for Super Bowl, the obvious pick for the NFC is the Lions, but we've been saying it since they've destroyed the Cowboys. Theirs is coming, and I think that theirs is when they meet a powerhouse in the East in the playoffs, which sure isn't really one other than the Eagles at this point. So I'm going to go with Eagles from the NFC against. I guess I got to go Chiefs in the AFC.
So we got you 57. All right, Caleb.
Okay, so I think this is not the player that should win the MVP. This is who I think will win it. Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't have to play the Steelers 6 more times, so he's going to have a lot of good games. Even though I think Derrick Henry needs to be up in that discussion as well. I really wish they would just have since the MVP is always a quarterback, they should have like a quarterback award and a running back award or whatever. But yeah, I think Lamar is going to win it. Goff will probably be second, and Saquon or Henry or whatever is going to be third. My boy Mahomes is the most valuable player. He's out there playing by himself in the Chiefs offense, running for his life the whole time.
I know. Did you see that third of that safety?
Twice. However, I'm still picking Chiefs coming out of the AFC because they've been there, done that. I'm not confident in them winning the Super Bowl anymore because I think their offensive line play is a problem. Like, their left tackle is not good.
Neither one of them because they got 2 that they keep rotating through.
And the last time we saw when they lost the Super Bowl, was it to the Bucks?
Yeah.
Why did they lose? Because their tackles were bad. And, Mahomes can only do so much.
See,
nobody. If you have no tackles.
But here's my thing, though. When you look at the NFC right now, though, the Bills have Von Miller, who is having a career resurgence right now this season. His numbers look really good. And they have Greg Rousseau. Is that how you say it?
Something like that.
So they have players that could exploit that. What team that's doing great right now in the NFC has the talent to exploit the tackle?
The Rams.
It's tough.
That's
Rams.
the only one to me that I think. Like the Eagles, they looked great last week, but that's also coming off a short week. And let's be honest, coaching staffs. I mean, I really like the Commanders' coaching staff. They ain't the Chiefs. Andy Reid will make sure to protect that left side. Also, as you've always said, what happens in the regular season? It's the Chiefs preseason.
Yeah, Chiefs don't really care about the regular season. So, and again, this was their first loss. They have not played that well, but they've also I feel like they play in the regular season. They play as well as they need to.
Yeah.
And whatever. So, I'm saying the Chiefs still in the AFC, and for the NFC coming out of the NFC, I think I still look. I'm not counting my boys out. I think it's going to be either the Lions, the Eagles, or the Rams. I don't have a lot of respect for any other team in the NFC, even though the Rams did embarrassingly lose to the Bears.
Yeah, that was without Puka.
And the Rams barely lost to the Lions first week of the season without their left tackle, while the Lions had their franchise defensive end still on the field, who is not there anymore. So
Darius Smith just got hurt.
I do think the Rams are going to be a team that, especially if they continue to improve each week, the defensively as they have, they're not going to be a team that people want to play.
And I'll also say this when you discuss the Rams, though. People are going to look at the score last week between the Patriots and Rams and go, wow, that game was close. But if you actually watch the game, that game was never at any particular point close.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a bogus call in verse, that game easily could have been like 40-7. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a thrashing.
I'm not excited about, like, the run game has not been great the last couple of weeks, and they're getting ready to play the Eagles this week, so I think this will tell us a lot.
Yes.
But so I mean, if I'm a betting man, you know, I don't want to just be a homer. But you know what? Nah, I'm sticking with my pick. Chiefs Rams. What do I care? I don't watch anybody else.
Also,
So.
who do you guys have winning your matchup? So if that Super Bowl happens, who would you guys have winning at this moment?
Oh, the Rams.
So Rams will be your Super Bowl champs.
Stafford retires. Well, Aaron Donald's going to be playing in that game too, so you got to keep in mind Donald's coming out of retirement. Maybe even Weddle. You know, give him another run. Whitworth. You know,
Whitworth lost all his weight though. He's skinny now.
he's going to be center.
He could be your tight end.
Yeah,
He could play tight end. I got I don't know. I think a Chiefs Eagles is a complete toss up because the Chiefs are the Chiefs, but the Eagles have like top offensive players in all 5 of their skill positions.
May I just add in the horrible weakness the Eagles have, Mr. Sirianni?
That's true. Can't
Also,
coach. Can't
Harrison
coach in
Butker
big
will
games.
be back by then, and the kicker advantage clearly goes to Kansas City as well.
Well, if Sirianni would just start letting Jake Elliott kick a little more.
I don't
Do you
know.
want him to?
I don't know. Well,
Maybe.
They won with him kicking, so
Jake Elliott is basically the Ravens kicker now too.
Justin Tucker. All right. So my MVP, if you asked me last week, it would have been Lamar Jackson. However, in order to win MVP, you got to have MVP moments, and none bigger was than what happened on Sunday afternoon when Josh Allen took that ball 30 yards into the end zone by himself. If you look at his numbers with Lamar Jackson's, they're very comparable. And everybody wants to look at quarterback rating as a 97. However, if you look at his QBR, which counts for everything, he's 3rd in the league. Josh Allen has been playing remarkable football. And let's be honest, he doesn't have a Derrick Henry or a Saquon Barkley in his backfield.
no, he's
He
a
is the
James
running-
Cook.
He's
You know what's working against him? He's playing in Buffalo, so no one really cares what he does.
Yeah, but I think
The Ravens are more of a major market that people and like they've got a lot like a more like national fan base than Buffalo does.
agreed, but people do love to watch Josh Allen, and that win versus the Chiefs helped him out. And then if they also end the season
And the
as
AFC
the
East blows.
it does, and if they end this division, if they end the season as the number 1 seed, which if they lost on Monday, they only had about a 6% or not Monday, Sunday, they only had about a 6% chance to do. Because they won, it's now up to 73. So there's a chance to get the first seed. My Super Bowl, of course, I still am going with the Chiefs. I'm not betting against Mahomes in the playoffs. NFC, I had Packers last time, and I'm not saying I'm against that, but I thought Jordan Love would get rid of this turnover bug. He's thrown a pick in 8 straight games. Like he's top 5 in the league in touchdowns, and he's top 5 in the league in picks. Like it's tick for tack for him.
Jameis Winston numbers.
Favre.
It's way more Brett Favre than Jameis, because even though he throws the picks, somehow at the end of every game, Jordan Love is going to have you with a chance to win. NFC. I don't trust Jared Goff at all. I need to see a little more from the Rams so I convince them. Eagles, I'll tell a lot in about a month because they play the Ravens. I'm going to stick with the Packers. I trust Matt LaFleur. I will not. However, my secondary team would be the Rams. I think if the Rams get right, they're a team coming, because that offensive line with the rookie center is top 5. Like, people don't want to hear it, but the Rams have a really good young foundation, and that defensive line is terrifying. The Commanders aren't ready. In that Super Bowl, give me the Chiefs to win, though.
They're set up really well for the future, I think, for the Rams. I think and it's happened really quick. Like in a little 2-year span, like all of a sudden, oh, hey, the offensive line's got a bright future because Alaric Jackson's young too. Steve Avila is young, rookie center. Dotson's locked up long term. He's not old. Right tackle, maybe Jonah Jackson gets to the playoffs. Who knows? And then the whole defensive line is all like 1st or 2nd year guys.
Dude, Verse is the great pass rusher, but you know where Visk is probably the best in the league at right now? Run stop.
Yeah, Fisk destroys
And
the
he's next to
run.
Kobe Turner, who's a stud.
The one thing the Rams
Just
need to
imagine
do.
You stick 99 back in there.
The one
You'll
thing
see.
the Rams
Who
need
would
to
you
do.
push outside then? Would you run like
It
a
don't even
5-man
matter.
D-line?
Yes. You've only got one good linebacker, so why not?
The one thing the Rams need to do though is start to focus on what's their next option for quarterback. Matt Stafford's getting old, and
Stetson.
I'm not trusting Stetson.
No, I think honestly, I think they'll grab one of these scrap heap guys. Like, I'm not gonna say Daniel Jones because he's terrible, but Daniel Jones could be an okay. Like, he's not gonna be a Baker Mayfield. Like, I think he'd be an okay backup because he can run. Like, that's like what what McVay wants out of his backups, to be able to run.
So Daniel Jones would actually be the perfect Sean McVay quarterback because he would stick to the read, and he can also move. The only thing, if I were McVay, I'd bring him on like a 2-year cheap deal, see if you can rebuild his confidence. Because people forget when Daniel Jones was confident before Jason Garrett and Joe Judge, he had 24 touchdowns, 12 picks his rookie year. Then Joe Judge came in and said, "Hey, I don't want you doing anything," and he ruined him. But the quarterback I think the Rams end up going with is Zach Wilson. To me, I just think that's the McVay quarterback. He's like, oh, this guy was supposed to be the biggest project.
Or T-Law.
Or T-Law.
T-Law ain't getting out of that contract, man.
I don't know,
That's
man.
They might dish
They
him
might
out.
be ready to tear down.
Yeah, they might destroy that whole line.
That's
The-
a
the
big
whole
deal.
roster.
They just gave him that. That's a lot of money.
See, but if they get rid of
They
Peterson,
find ways. I mean, they're talking about Dallas getting rid of Dak.
Well, that's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones would definitely do that for Shador Sanders and Deion Sanders.
yeah, I was going to say they know that.
I would say that though. I would say that would be must-watch television.
Yeah.
Like I would actually be intrigued by that. Anyway, those are our MVP and Super Bowl picks halfway through the season. Now let's get to the game predictions and updated records. I'm now in first place with a 104-62 record. Ezra's in second with a 103-63 record. Caleb's in third with a 101-65 record, and Riley is catching up, 98-68. However, I will say though, there is a little bit of an asterisk by Caleb's record. He could clearly
Should have one more win.
He could have 102 wins. However, if he ends up losing by only one game, let's say he finishes in second, he's a game behind, we will then let the asterisk play in, and he will have the one additional
Or if
win.
we're tied.
If we're tied,
It's a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker as well.
I don't even watch football, so I don't
Oh,
care.
because this guy couldn't get off the bandwagon for one
I really
game.
don't care. No, I wasn't even on the band. I just didn't want us all to pick one team. I think that's boring.
Well, I was going to do it, and then he saved me, so I appreciate it.
I'm just doing it for the ratings, for our fans,
All
for
right.
our viewers.
Right.
Thursday Night Football.
Viewer.
Steelers at Browns.
Steelers.
Ezra, what Steelers? Riley, who you got?
Steelers, I guess, if they can score a touchdown this time.
It's the Browns.
Yeah, this
You know,
is
6 of the last 7 Browns coaches have been fired after losing to the Browns.
Steelers.
Well, Kevin Stefanski never should have been the head coach anyway.
True.
Should have been Greg Williams.
That's also true. All right. Buccaneers at Giants. Ezra's going Bucks.
Bucks. That's easy.
also going Bucks. Daniel Jones sucks at MetLife.
He's not playing. Danny DeVito is.
Oh, that's right.
Or,
DeVito's
sorry,
playing.
Tommy DeVito. Not Danny DeVito. Wouldn't be a different outcome.
No,
Same
my-
result.
I might
Yeah,
think of
give me
Giants.
the Buccaneers. Giants, the locker room actually ticked off that they benched Jones. All right. Chiefs at Panthers. We're all going Chiefs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Trap game.
Oh, my
Nah,
goodness.
it's a
Trap
great
game.
Nah, they're going to boat race them.
Trap
So
game.
are you
We're
going
gonna-
Panthers?
No, I'll go Chiefs for the record's sake, but it's
We're
a trap.
Gonna,
It
we're
is.
gonna see Winston.
I am putting it on the record. This is a trap game, and there is a chance.
We're going to see
Oh,
Winston this
Wentz.
game.
I thought you said Winston. I was like,
No.
I thought he also said
We're going to see Winston this game.
this is a trap game.
Hey, I would love to. Hey, I'll be right there watching. All right. Cowboys at Commanders. Ezra went Cowboys. Caleb, who you got?
Commanders. I'm not picking the Cowboys for anything.
Riley?
Commanders. Yeah,
But this is going to tell us a lot about Jaden Daniels to me.
it will.
If
Because that last game against the Eagles was the first time he's really looked bad.
So the thing is, everybody. If you look at the media, they're acting like the world's falling in DC, and I was trying to figure out why. Well, it's clearly obvious. So the Commanders went 2 whole months. They lost 2 games. In a span of 5 days, they lost 2 games versus 2 really good teams in the Steelers and the Eagles. Now, you're not going to hear me say anything about excuses. We lost to a better team. We should have won, but we suck that game. Jaden did not look healthy, but guess what? If you're out there, you're healthy enough to play. Hurts also was hurt. We can acknowledge that. That guy had a concussion. Jaden supposedly is back to being 100% this week, though. They said he was in rehab all of last week. He seems to be getting back on track. And now he's able to. He hasn't been a full participant in practice in about 3 weeks. He's back to being a full participant. Practice time is very valuable, so I think we'll win this, and pretty handily as well. Patriots at Dolphins. Are we all going Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drake May looks pretty good, though. Not going to lie.
Oh, he does. You know, he's actually
Future's bright.
he already has more touchdowns than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I told you that Drake May was better than Caleb Williams.
Be something if he ends up being the next Rams QB.
Who, Caleb? He looked good. I don't know if you guys watched the game. He did look good versus the Packers.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Like he
He'll
can't
be
kick
all
the ball too. He looked pretty good with the competent
Well,
offense.
where they went wrong is if you're picking number 1 overall, especially like two straight years, you got the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world is the same coach still the head coach?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
also traded for this number 1 pick.
This number 1 pick they got from a trade.
Yeah, this was the pick for DJ Moore.
My gripe with the team is this:
They're still picking
if you
top
have
10.
DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, why with the 9th overall pick are you picking a receiver over an offensive tackle when you have a bad offensive line? That made no sense then, and it makes no sense now.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Lions at Colts. Are we all going Lions?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Anthony Richardson looked good last
I was
week.
going to say, although I am glad that Richardson's getting reps because he needs them.
Hey, maybe he just need to be benched. Oh, good lord.
This is
We're all
boring
going.
week. Pick one.
This is a very boring
Are we
week.
all going Texans?
We're all unanimous. Who are they playing?
Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, CJ Stroud doesn't look great this year.
No. But the Titans fired a really good coach for no reason.
Vikings at
True
Bears. Ezra went Vikings. Caleb, who
Vikings
you
haven't looked good in a while.
got? Nope.
True, but this is
It's the division game. You never know.
this division game. This is
Have
where
they
they
played
could.
yet this year?
No.
No.
I'm gonna say Vikings. I think the Bears probably win the next matchup, but I think the Vikings are gonna do it.
I could agree with that. Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. Bears are not going
I
to
just-
respond well off of that loss last week.
I just think this is where the Vikings snap back into place. They look good until their bye week. After a couple weeks after the bye week, they don't look great. Now they snap back into place. First division game.
All right, I think we're all going to be unanimous in this next pick as well. Broncos at Raiders. We're all going Broncos, right?
Yeah, Broncos.
Gardner Minshew, buddy.
Are you going?
No, I'm going Broncos. Bo Nix is a candidate for Rookie of the Year right now.
Dude, he's looked phenomenal.
Yes, and he can catch touchdown pass.
He's gonna come from behind and win that rookie of the year.
He probably will.
The thing that's
We'll
hurting
steal
him
it
right
out
now,
of Jalen
though,
Daniels. It's like 28-3.
it's that bad.
Falcons.
It's just Bo Nix had such a bad start to the season. Those first 4 weeks he was bad.
Yeah, but if Jalen.
If Jaden Daniels doesn't turn around,
Jaden
I agree.
Daniels finishes poorly.
Well, he's what? He's got
Nix
two.
is heating up.
I mean, I guess he looked decent against, or he looked good against the Steelers.
Well, the thing that's
Dude,
hurting
4
Bo
TDs.
Nix, Jaden Daniels at the moment has 7 Rookie of the Week rewards, which is tied.
That's true.
Which is almost he's 2 away from the record, and the media does portray into that. The other thing that they don't account for, if you just look at the box score, you're like, wow, their stats are close. Jaden Daniels has had 12 receivers tackled within the 2-yard line, He should have an additional 12 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin does not like to run the ball into the end zone. Like all 10 of Jaden Daniels' touchdown passes have been in the red zone, which is actually pretty remarkable. He doesn't have receivers capable of rack. All right, Cardinals at Seahawks. Ezra went Cardinals. Caleb, who you got?
What are their records?
6-4, 5-5.
Who's 6-4? The Cardinals.
Cardinals are first place,
They've won 4 in a row, haven't they?
Okay, give me the Seahawks.
coming off a bye week too.
Cardinals are on a bye week.
Yeah.
But I want the Seahawks to win, so I'm gonna root for it. So I'm gonna pick it.
Hey, they did you a favor last week beating the
Yeah,
Niners.
hopefully they do it again.
I was happy with that.
DK comes back this week too, doesn't he?
Yeah, Dorial Green Beckham Jr.
Yes.
Heard that.
Seahawks.
Oh, you gave me the Cardinals. I really want the Seahawks to win. It's just I don't trust them at all. Even though
That's a tough one because I don't trust either team.
I trust Jonathan Gannon more than I do
That's
Mike
fair.
McDaniel. All right, Niners at Packers. Finally, a good game this weekend, I think. Ezra went Niners. It's in Green Bay. Caleb, or Riley, who you got?
Niners.
Caleb?
Packers.
I, as well, am going Packers.
I don't know. Something about them Niners.
It's in Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau.
It is in Lambeau.
Windy. Cold.
And the Niners did not look good at all.
No, but
And George Kittle might not be playing again either. All right, Eagles at Rams, Sunday Night Football. Ezra went Eagles.
Don't need
Caleb,
them.
who you got?
Honestly, I think the Eagles are gonna win, but I'm picking the Rams.
Okay. Well,
No asterisk.
Okay,
But I'm
just
telling you, just so everybody
It's on record.
knows,
No
I think the
asterisks.
Eagles are going to
No,
win.
It's on the record.
But I am picking the Rams to win. I got to root for my team, man.
Listen, I've been on the Rams bandwagon all season. Well, now I got to pick the Eagles here because I can't. You know,
So I was
can't take a loss in a loss bracket for jumping on the Rams bandwagon.
So I was gonna pick the Rams because I thought they had gone a long time without beating the Eagles, and then I was like, wait a minute, they beat them in 2020.
Yep.
It wasn't that long ago. The one thing I will say, that game was close last year, and it was when the Rams were bad.
Yeah, the score didn't end up being close. The Eagles scored a couple.
And McVay has had
touchdowns late, but-
McVay and Stafford have had a really good track record against Vic Fangio. Give me the Rams.
Dude, just wait till Puka Nakua meets Quinion Mitchell.
Ho.
Just wait.
Wait till Cooper DeJean meets Cooper Kupp.
Buddy.
Yeah, dude, Rams. I'm not worried about a single corner in the NFL covering the Rams.
Okay,
receivers.
you know what I'm
Quinion
tired of hearing
Mitchell.
now? Quinyamin Bay. Whoa, Quinyon
Quinyamin
Mitchell.
Bay.
What a great week he
Quinion
had.
Bay.
They double teamed Terry McLaurin.
Terry
every
McLaurin.
play.
Puka
Terry
and
McLaurin.
Cooper are both
Terry
gonna have
McLaurin
100
got
yards
locked up.
again
CD
this
Lamb.
week.
Whoa.
CD Lamb
Did
got
you
locked
not hear
up.
a word he said?
Puka and Cooper are gonna have 100 yards
No.
again.
No.
Book it.
No.
Nobody's scared of that Eagles secondary.
I'm switching my pick. What about
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Eagles are the number one defense in the league right now.
Okay.
This is their biggest test though, because
Let's
It
be
is.
real. The Rams play good against defenses that are supposed to be good.
yes,
They play better than they do against teams that they should easily beat.
the reason I'm going with
Here's the
Eagles-
real question, though.
who's stopping Saquon?
Who's stopping Saquon? Who's stopping A.J. Brown?
five-
Who's stopping Devontae
the
Smith?
5 defensive linemen that are studs.
Wait.
The Rams defense has been really good against the run the last few weeks. Ever since Troy Division 2A Reader went out of the lineup, they can stop the run suddenly. Shocking.
True.
They're going to be fine against the run. And that secondary, dude, Jalen Hurts is getting picked off by my boy, either Cam Kinchins or Jalen McCullough back there.
Hey,
They
Jalen.
found something, dude. Kinchins was the number 1 ranked by
I know he
Football
had my
Focus.
guy by like 3 points. I was
Yeah.
like, you got to be kidding me. Sanders still looked great, and I was like, there's no one beating him. And then I had to watch the Rams, and I'm like, Quiche, where did they find these guys?
And that dude hits, man.
When did he, and he wasn't even a
Yes.
5th round pick. I'm like, now they're starting to find guys in other rounds. This ain't even fair. But I'm giving the Eagles. Yeah, AJ Brown's gonna. I think Hurts will actually be able to hit an open receiver this week when he has a normal head on.
You really
That's
think he's
iffy.
going to be
isn't
okay?
it?
I think he's fine. He had 10 days to get over
True.
That's always enough to get rid of a concussion.
it. Yeah,
It is.
Right to it? Sorry.
only 4 more minutes.
That's to an end. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you missed that one. You got to zoom in on that one.
He doesn't know how.
Yeah, I know. I would zoom in on it.
Ooh, Monday Night Football though is must-watch TV. Ravens at Chargers.
Ravens.
Ezra's went Chargers. Riley, you went who?
Ravens.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ravens because I just don't trust the Chargers to finish. They shouldn't have won that last game.
You know who would know how to stop Lamar Jackson more than anybody in the world?
Greg Roman.
Greg Roman.
No, you know who would know how to stop John Harbaugh more than anybody in the world?
Honestly,
Jim
though,
Harbaugh.
Bosa and Mack is going to be a heck of a...
And Max back.
Yeah.
And that defense over there.
Oh, is Mack a good edge rusher now?
Well, when Bosa's on the other side, yeah.
I mean, last year he wasn't good,
It doesn't take...
even though he led the league in tackles.
Hey, we're all able to say we've had bad takes in the past. Well, are you?
What? If you put Khalil Mack is not the old Khalil Mack. He's not prime Khalil Mack. He's good because he's got an absolute stud on the other side.
Yes, but as you stated it, you pretty much made it seem as if he was bad no matter what.
No, I didn't say he was bad. He's just not the same dude.
You remember this as well.
I remember
like-
something saying.
when,
I remember you saying something like he should just leave the league.
You guys might
Yes.
be too young for this, but back in my day, there was a fella named Julius Peppers, right?
Yep, played for
In
the.
his prime with the Panthers, he was the best defensive end in the league.
He wasn't bad on the Bears,
One
though.
of. When he went to the Bears, he wasn't the same dude, but he was still good.
Yeah, but you made it seem
But because he
when-
wasn't playing by himself, he has somebody good on the other side. He'll be all right. Khalil Mack is good. He's just not.
I'm trying to think who he had on the other side in Chicago.
He's not a one-man wrecking crew. That's
I mean,
all I'm saying.
I'll agree with that.
He's not what he was.
He hasn't been what he was since that first year in Chicago.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was a different beast. All right.
Should have stayed on the Raiders.
No.
Nobody wants to stay on the Raiders.
Unless
Max
you're
Crosby does.
I don't know. He wants out there.
He wants out too, man. Nobody wants to stay there.
Philadelphia.
All right. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this week. Give us your MVP and Super Bowl predictions. Please like, please subscribe, and until next time.
To be continued.